welcome to the show. I'm a little premature. Actually, I'm a little late and premature. I was not planning on coming on tonight, but here we are. I'm going to wait and see who all follows in here. Meantime, I have a cup of coffee that's actually currently brewing. I'll be right back. Okay, got my coffee. Hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. It is a mediocre day here in the Midwest. So, what do we want to do today? Who haven't we played in a very, very long time? So many poor options. Some have been offline for over a year. Kind of amazing. I do kind of want to get more involved in this this corruptor archery thing. I'm not sure if I made the right choice. Maybe I should have gone defender on this. I'm not really sure. I understand that it's probably better to solo as a defender, which is a little weird to think of. But that the corruptors may be better off in groups. And I rarely ever solo, just because we have a group of people that likes to gather and do things poorly. And we do them very, very poorly indeed. Let me log in. And apparently I made my coffee and left it in the kitchen. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see who's about. If anybody. I did not warn anybody that I was coming on, so we'll see if anybody's actually here or not. I'm not entirely sure if I made the right choice with Fly, but you know, we make our choices. All right, so what do we have going on here? Not a lot. Looks like our slash guild is mostly offline. And that's okay. I will temporarily, at least, keep my camera off because I have no eye candy with me tonight. So if we have any, say if Zach decides to join and he wants to be the eye candy, we'll go that route. All right, well, let's see what we can do. We are level 9. Obviously a force. What do we have happening here? Oh, wait. There's a half mil. That's all right. So what do I have for money? Just about the half mil. Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay, so we have Twin Shot. Apparently, we finished that mission. At least one of the missions. Let's see what she has to say. Not a lot. Do I want to go to King's Row? Or do I want to go to, like, the Hollows? I think I want to go to the Hollows. I have not partied in Hollows in a very, very long time. I'm having some jittering happening. I may have to decrease the what I'm streaming at because my old computer is apparently not happy with it. All right, let's see what you have to say. Hit the streets and defeat the outcasts. Okay. You guys look like you're skulls. You guys are trolls. You guys are outcasts. And you're very, very low level compared to me. Well, I mean, you can't be that low level. I'm only 9. This is a very quiet power set, isn't it? I really need to get something going on here. Yeah, Flash Arrow I think is one of the cooler powers in the game that people just, well, that I just kind of forget about sometimes. Are you? No, you are not. There's a party. How did I miss everybody? Is it my range? There we go. Yeah, I think Flash would be a great help. And I can kind of see why maybe you'd go with the Defender as opposed to a Corruptor, because I don't know that I would take a Entangling Arrow. You know, to the point where I may just forget about this character. uh, mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let me think about this for a second. I mean, what's the first power in... The first power here is ranged damage medium. I mean, it's okay. It's damage. Yes, let's just mess with things. Let's do that. I mean, he's only level 9, right? What's the worst that can happen out of this? I get to level 9 in a day. The good players can get to like level 50 in a day. I am not a good player. Oh, wait a minute. What are you? Wait a minute. Spelled it wrong. Here we go. Spell it wrong again. A-U-C-A-T-I-N-1-H-O-U-S-E. There it is. Let's see what this is actually worth. I can't do it from there. I can do it from here. Oh, dang. Okay. What if I just do 470K and post that sucker? Come on, 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 come on. So I kind of can't sell this guy now, or can't delete him. I mean, I still could, but I suppose I could send this and the salvage to myself. I guess I could do that. You might be losing out on whatever I just posted for money, which is like, what, 20 grand? Or I could just sell it. Okay, well, I'm going to take advantage of that then. Email to myself. You know, I really wanted Sunder back when the game was live. And I don't know why I wanted it, but I ended up creating this as my first character, and then ended up being my global name too. So I'm just going with tradition. It's just how it is. Deleted. And we'll go with whatever I have. I forgot what it was already. 919,000. I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I believe I already have the character saved. But let me go ahead and save it anyhow. I mean, it isn't that difficult of a model, but I'm kind of lazy. Shoot. Okay, so let's go back. Get out of here. Go to here. Character select. Poor guy, after being, sitting for I don't know how many days. He's now being deleted. I think. Here we go. Yes, he is. There we go. Thinking what, natural technology? I really don't know. We'll just go natural. And support. And defender. And trick arrow, flash arrow. And I don't really have much of a choice here. Snapshot's fine. That's fine. Oh, goodness. Let's go ahead and find out where we saved him. This whole alphabet thing works out pretty well. All right, I feel okay about this. No. Oh, do I want to play this as a hero or a villain? Or do I want to go through Praetoria? Praetoria kind of sucks, though. I mean, I should say it sucks because there's nobody over there that I team up with. All right, let's just go hero. All right, run there is fine, and that, and we're gonna auto punch, and okay that, and don't need any help. Because you can't have enough single-digit defenders, ever. Or I could actually take him over to Excelsior and just see if somebody wants to pimp him out. Let's see, we'll go with... Sure, we'll go cheaty. Prestige powers. I'm going to revoke whatever. What do I have for prestige? Throwing knives. I kind of like the concept of throwing knives for this character. I mean, they suck from a damage perspective, but I kind of like it. So do I want to take? You know what? We're gonna keep it, and let's get athletic run and we almost, I hate to depend on Sands of Moose so much, but it's kind of just totally a killer at this level. Don't like knockback, so we'll go with the Black Wand. Nature's got some advantages there. They can go either way on it. All right, so let's see what we got. We've got Sands of Mu. We'll put you here. We've got black wand, and we've got throwing knives. Can't imagine we'll end up using throwing knives ever, but you know, they're here. I should probably put in athletic run too, shouldn't I? There they are. Okay. I'm going over here, I'm guessing, because I've always gone over here. Okay, what's my range on this? See, that is so useful. You know, that wasn't bad. I don't know. I'm not so sure about Sands of Mo. Just not so sure. It is just a little too good. Alright, well, let's see what I got over here. Kind of looks like that's not aggro, and I don't remember that as being the case. Let's just hit him again once and see what happens. Yeah, look at that. You know, I'll take 13 plus the bleed. I really want to check and see what that debuff is to hit. All right, so what do we go? Well, you know, I'm buffed. I might also go for it here. Probably also should have done that ahead of time, but you know, we don't want to do things too well here. I do kind of want to get to oil slick faster too. It's totally amusing. You know, I may have to stand corrected on that knife. It's got a good recycle or recharge time. Does decent damage. Fits my idiom. Oh, I see how you guys are. Yeah. Well, this might be challenging. Have to pull out the black wand. Okay, that black wand is better. Can you socket the flash arrow for minus to hit? Because I think that might be kind of OP. Well, let's find out. You know, I thought it'd be taking a long time to level up, but I have doubled my level in like 5 minutes, so I really have no complaints. Okay, what do we want for our next power? Aimed shot or glue arrow? Let's find out what these things do here. So this is minus 9.38% to hit. Okay. So we could get that to what, maybe close to 20%? That's okay. Oops, didn't mean to do that, but let's see. Minus run speed, recharge. What's the recharge time is 1 minute, and it's a 1 minute, 1 second, so you can keep on reapplying it. Location based. Sure, why not? Probably would have been smarter to go with another attack, but again, we don't always make the best choices. All right, so let's see what we got here. Probably get the money back that I sent myself. Put a couple sockets in. What do we got for power? Psionic is not really resisted all enough, and lethal, smashing, knockdown, energy. We'll go with psionic and see how it goes. All right, and we're off again. I think I made the right choice going with Defender. But you know, I have almost 1 million in an email. Why don't I get the money and get some buffs going on here? Email, here we go. Claim that. I'm a wealthy miser. And then let's get some 100%. Like, let's get all of them. Get all of the 100%. There. I have now probably buffed myself out to the point in time where I will not run out of those buffs until next year. Given how often I play this character. I like the whole concept of a non-healing healer. No, I think it's pretty awesome. Well, this is interesting. That's a pretty significant slow right off the bat. Oh, is it going to bleed out? Nope, not quite. Well, I'm impressed with that. Although it really needs recharge. I thought it was on a 1 minute timer, but boy, that is not a 1 minute timer. Let's take a look at this. Activation time, recharge time. Was it really only 1 minute? Okay. Where did you guys come from? Just flash that guy. I don't recall there being any sort of ambushes in this series of missions. All right. Well, that guy's still flashed there. Let's do it again. I guess the good news is that that attack is actually relatively decent. Very fast charging. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but that's okay. In fact, the knife does more damage than the attack does. I cannot be defeated now. All right. One more. I kind of like the whole knife throwing thing. Well, there could be like an AT built on that. It's kind of thin, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, I like the knife. I've been kind of, not using most of the built-in powers you get with the Origin set, just because they've always seemed like they're so weak. But that wasn't bad. Hello, everyone. So I wonder if I can actually get one of them without getting the other. Nope. I guess it's good for between groups. Yeah, they definitely notice. Doesn't matter. It all went through pretty well. Okay, let's talk to Matthew. I don't remember asking him this question. I think I just default to this one. Wasn't there, yada yada yada. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do that then. We'll see if we can get to level 4. Looking good. Yeah, that knife is actually really effective. But the best attack I have is still Black Wand. Now, I've actually gotten a Trick Arrow and Archery Defender to 50 back on live. There's a lot of stuff I don't remember about, but I do remember that I was teaming with another defender, and we were basically duoing everything, and it was a little tricky. I mean, there was a little bit of setup involved, lots of pulling, lots of corners. Lots of fire. I don't remember what his defender set was, but I think it was also non-healing. So I think we had 2 non-healing defenders teamed up. That made it to 50. Do I want to get the extra couple bubbles? I think I do. Oh, really? So, is it that I missed that the guy didn't come with this guy? He seems entirely interested. Let's keep on going and see what happens. I can't intentionally miss, but... all right, so... going to get a little bit of a travel power and see if that helps us out at all. Ritual's up there. I'm still thinking I'm going to just cheese it by choosing fly. Do I want to do fly or do I want to do the sorcery pool? Sorcery pool's got a lot of the anti-status stuff. And some attacks. And an AoE. It's a tough call. Anyhow, let's see what we can put into these things. So this one can get a hit debuff. So that's to enhance accuracy, but I haven't seen myself miss. All right, well let's exit out of here. Exit out of here. Go to train. Put a couple into Snarpshart. And train up and so what are my advantages here? Knockback protection, minus fly and mobilization. Okay, what about sorcery? Teleportation, inflame, rune of protection. Whole sleep. You know, I'm just going to go with Mystic Flight. But I'm going to get rid of the effects. Pool. Original. Can't do it. All right. Minimal effects. All right, so there's my travel power. I'm gonna just trust to fate on this and buff that 2 more. And let's go take care of the Ritual of Souls. What is it called? Vigilance. That's it. No, that's not it. Okay, vigilance is if people are in danger. Gosh, I swear there's something else. There's another mechanic in the game that increases the damage that defenders do when they're soloing. I don't know what it's called. Soloing or small groups? Do not remember. Well, you know, let's just take care of this. It's really fast firing. I can't imagine that with hasten going on. So are these guys linked? Maybe? So the back one isn't. I really need to make those social media reminders bigger. They're so tiny, but they're there. Why is this guy missing me so badly? All right, I'm gonna pop over to our Discord server and give a quick look and see who's around. Nobody is still around. That's okay. I mean, I PL'd myself all the way to 4 with absolutely no help whatsoever. I guess I could also just leave, couldn't I? So if I went to the Hollows now, would that be level equivalent? I do not know. Let's take a look. It's over yonder. I really should probably take stealth in the future too. Okay, Matthew, what do you got to say? Oh, well, hello. Sandra. All right, I'm still going to go to the Hollows, though. After I train up. That is skimpy. Okay. I think I'll go with glue arrow. And then get some recharge reductions into that. All right. Let's put one into health. One into... 3 into that. 1 into that. I want a minus to hit. There we go. That'll do. I guess I probably should have gone with 3 of these, shouldn't I have? Oh, I think I just heard somebody. Shh, be very quiet. Feeling pretty good. All right. I'm hearing something.
Where are you?
I am.
What could that be?
I was going to say, it sounds like it's my love, the possessor of the round breasts. Yes.
You flatter me.
No, they're very round. Very, very round indeed.
I always found them to be a little bit more oblong. I have the teardrop shape more than the sphere.
I have no sphere of them. All right. What are you up to?
Well, today I got really pissed off again because,
Uh-huh.
I hate my job
Yeah.
and I didn't do like 3 hours worth of work. But then they decided to tell me at like 4:30 that they needed me to turn it all in tomorrow at 8.
Uh-huh.
So now I have to log in and like at least half-ass do it.
Is your
So
is your weak ass up to that, or
no.
can you half-ass it, or do you have to put all of your ass into it?
Honestly, I'm all of it annoys me. I have too many asks from too many different people and
Uh-huh.
um no incentive really
But they
to like
promised you that there would be no raises. How can that not be an
that they
incentive
did. I was promised but maybe if I work really hard
on something that you
next
have no
time.
visibility on? Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, um Rachel got her review. She
Uh-huh.
got sometimes meets expectations.
Nice.
And basically they were like, yeah, there were times when other people were pissed off at you. So because
So
they
wait,
were
wait, wait, wait,
pissed.
wait, wait, wait. Either you're too nice, or some people are pissed off at you, and both of those are bad qualities.
Correct.
So you can't be a hard ass and you can't be nice.
Correct.
Cool.
Hmm.
I missed that place.
Mine was my big one was that I didn't align myself to work on the business's priorities. So while I did a really good job at the things I was doing, they weren't aligned with the company. To
Now,
which I replied,
how
I
do you
had no manager.
how do you know what was aligned with the company?
Well, I'm basically everyone got penalized for stuff that's not their fault.
Uh huh.
So I applied for a position at Mars today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they located?
Oh, it's virtual, but the position's based out of Toronto.
Oh, okay. I know that works for taxes.
When well, I don't know. Figure it out if it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, good luck.
Yeah, it's just finding the right thing. I want to sell all my IDEX stock. I'm kind of sick of the company right now. I don't want to. So I'm gonna do that and try to make some moves. So
I made a very productive choice in game.
yeah.
I went and I picked Stirling, who has been sitting around for like a year, like 377 days.
Hmm.
And I think no, that's not quite right. I think I played him once with William, but before that he'd been sitting for a year.
Hmm.
And went out and played him for like two bubbles and thought, I really dislike the fact that there's this whole arrow thing, this net arrow, which I can't avoid getting. because it's like the first power of the secondary.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, it's only level 9. So I deleted him and created a defender with the same power set. But now
Did
I
you
can,
need to delete him?
well, I mean, I don't let, no, I didn't have to, but I wanted the name and I wanted the outfit. So, sort of. But anyhow, because he was a corruptor before, he wasn't a defender.
Mhm.
He was a corruptor. That means now his powers were reversed. So now trick arrow is his primary
Mhm.
and archery is a secondary, which means I could now skip that net arrow thing.
Mhm. Are you streaming tonight?
I am currently streaming.
Cool.
Yeah. Yes, I have declared you the love of my life, and also that you have round boobs. To the world. To the world.
That's lovely.
I think so. I have to beat up on trolls. I decided this time I was actually going to avoid Atlas Park
Mhm.
and just go into the hollows as soon as I could.
How's that working?
Well, I just got here. But I would say okay. I think this and maybe like Perez Park. I'm just going to try to avoid the stuff that we've done so many times. I really kind of wavered on the whole do I want to be a hero or a villain thing? And I'm like, I thought, well, maybe I could back up and just go in through Pretoria again. But almost nobody we know is in Pretoria.
Right.
And I'm going to need help at some point with this guy, so. But luckily, right before that all happened, I managed to sell 2 pieces of salvage, which ended up being about almost 1,000,000 influence. So
That's a good amount.
I'm a lobby, but I'm a pimped up lobby.
You take what you can get.
Yep. I will be happy to be used as a reference for whatever it means.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. My former boss offered to do the same,
Mm-hmm.
as did my former boss. And a bunch of the KOLs I work with offered to do so too. So that position at Mars is all about working with academic partnerships.
Uh-huh.
So, which is a lot of what I do now, anyways.
Wait. Now, if you apply for it, does that mean that it will align with the company goals? Because this is
Yes.
important.
Yeah. I mean, they don't care if we stay or not. He told me that if I mentioned anything about leaving, they had less incentive to do anything for me anyways.
Other than what they weren't already doing.
Correct.
So what he's saying is we will do exactly the same thing if you threaten to leave than what you're doing right now.
Yes.
So obviously they're not really concerned about any sort of
No.
maintaining of personnel.
Which is kind of what, what I said when I dragged this whole thing out for the extra hour, is I said, this has been the same promise every year for 5 years. You've told me I need to develop personal skills. I've taken my own money and time to specifically target the skills you said you wanted me to work on because the company would not support me doing it. And then when I develop those skills aren't good enough because there's another area that you wanted me to work on. And I said, I've poured my heart into this job multiple times. At one point, I was working 60 hours a week and doing everything international and traveling everywhere and still meets expectations. I've learned I can set the bar pretty damn low and meet expectations. And I've learned I can raise the bar pretty frickin' high and it's going to be the same.
Yeah. So your effort has nothing to do with your review.
No.
It has everything to do with how much can I give this person without having to go in a 1/1 for permission to go with more. And how do I justify paying this person that little money?
Mhm. It wouldn't have been as bad if he hadn't called out. I hadn't even Googled my salary to see where I was compared to market rate right now. But he's like, yeah, I know you're below like the 90% threshold for market rate for salary, which is essentially them saying they're paying me more than 10% less than I would get, in at a comparable place.
Hmm.
And he's like, and I know you're significantly lower than that, but I just want to let you know that that's something we can work on and that I'm going to put in to advocate for fixing. But it was
No,
just
that's
him
that's
pointing out
bullshit.
to me.
If they can't do that during your annual review, they sure as
Yeah,
heck can't do it in an off cycle review.
right.
Off cycle raises are just don't happen.
Oh,
Nope.
and it wasn't even him saying that they would do it off cycle. It's him saying that he wanted to point it out to them in advance of budget season so that they would incorporate it into the next budget.
Oh, for next year.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was essentially like just, you know, and they've piled all this extra work on me for finance and all these other programs which I've never had to touch, which also pissed a bunch of people off. So, I don't know. It's really frustrating.
Well, I think you're making the right choices.
Mm. And of course, my coworker Emily, who's getting a lot of positive advantages out of this, by the way. Um, Basically, she's pissy about this whole sponsorships thing, and saying how it was hers, and so now they're like, well, we want to transfer it to Chris because it makes more sense because she does things better. And she's like, fine, then Chris can have it. And she basically just forwarded me a random dump of everything and put an email out to everybody saying, Chris is your new person, I'm done. And so then our new manager is just like, whoa, 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 why are you doing this? This is like a gradual thing, not like a you just like mic drop and walk away from it. She's still doing it in the background. She's just forwarding everything over in the end. Does not care.
Well,
Does
maybe
not
she's in
care.
a similar position.
Oh, she's completely like apathetic to it.
It's
But
it's one of those things where she did a bunch of different work and that didn't meet any expectations regarding it. She had no direction on it. Maybe was
mhm.
accountable, but had no decision making powers.
She had no context was
Yeah,
the big thing. She
yeah.
did not have any context for it.
So I don't blame
And
people for being pissy about it.
no, but it was more, it's not my fault, you know? And the whole reason she got that project was because she refused to do content anymore because she was so frustrated with the process. And so they dumped content on me, which was a clusterfuck. And, and then, gave her sponsorships, which should have fallen under my warehouse instead. So I got her work that she hated and then did a better job at it. And everybody started talking about how much easier it was and stuff. And then she really struggled with the sponsorships because she didn't have the context or the relationships. And so now I'm going to get both.
But luckily, you're not going to make any more money off of it.
Well, kind of how it looks here. But yeah. Yep. So, you know, it did piss me off. That and them telling me that my budget, I don't have a travel budget. And I'm just like, guys, I can't, there's nothing I can do for you here. Like, so basically they were like, well, we're going to have to transfer money, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck it. I just charged everything. I'm going to charge this whole trip and let them figure it out after the fact. It's not my problem.
Ding.
Did you level?
I am level 6 already, so I have already made up most of the ground that
Nice. Congratulations.
I had lost by deleting the character. The really strange thing about this is after playing so many different characters, um, trick, arrow, and archery, it's so quiet. There's like no booms, no rat-a-tat-tats, no power activations. It's like a little flip sound happening every once in a while. It's very peaceful. It's very zen.
It's nice.
Yeah. I find it relaxing. Oh, hey, I actually on video.
Me? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I've been on video the whole time.
Oh, I have not. Hold
No,
on.
but that's okay. I don't mind.
Hold on. Wait for it. Here it comes.
I hate working with finance because the lady just keeps telling me that everything I'm doing is wrong, and I'm like, then don't have me do it. And they're like, but Christina, you need to fix it.
Alrighty. There we go. Oh, that's wrong.
I just submitted an invoice for $51,000 for something that they put a line item in budget as 24,000. That's going to be hilarious when they sort that out.
Is it a a port fuel injection kit for a 1968 Mustang?
It should be.
Yeah, that's not 50,000 though. Yeah.
So the spreadsheet she wanted me to fill out, she took my access away from. Oh well, too late now. So the best part about all of this has been frantically going on for weeks right now, right? They didn't have the information, they didn't know the start dates, didn't know anything. This stuff is all in the files of the person who previously had this job. Sorted out in depth. And the person, the director, never bothered to look in the folder. So I got it today because I messaged my old boss, and she's the one who told me where it could be found.
I just got my second attack at level 6.
What is it?
It's just a little fan shaped attack of arrows. I've been taking like stuff like flash arrow and glue arrow and all that stuff.
Should pull your stream up and see what you're doing.
Yes, pad my numbers. I hear wubbles. I should contact all of my exes and tell them that I'm going to be able to be seen on a regular basis and to make a Twitch account and follow.
Why would you do that?
Taunting, I guess. It would only add like, what, 6 people, but you know. This guy's going to crack me in the skull. Maybe not, maybe not. Yeah. So yeah, I have a defender that can't heal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I get it.
I'm really glad right now that I wore an appropriate outfit for hopping on video.
I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't had one on. I think they're all appropriate. For me personally, but
For you. For
yeah,
you
yeah,
personally.
yeah. I would
Yes.
agree that there's a lot of adult content otherwise. All right.
There's a lot of things I do for you.
Oh, for me. Nothing to do with you at all. You don't want to do
I mean,
them.
there's things that are with you for
You
sure.
don't want to do them. You just do them for
Uh,
me.
no, I mean, I wouldn't do them if it was anybody but you.
Let's hope not. That'd be kind of weird. Do you see me rolling?
Did.
Wait a minute.
I like it better when I get to just look at you. You're so handsome.
Yeah, it's my curse. All right.
Yeah. May you pass that curse on to our 1 to 15 children.
If not, they're gonna have to develop personalities. See, that's the reason I'm glad I'm attractive, because I did not have to generate a personality.
I'm really trying on the personality front, but I mean, as I was told by our friends, I am not funny. So, both failing at not only am I failing at being attractive, I fail at being the fat friend. I fail at being hilarious. So this whole personality thing is really just not working out for me.
Oh, I ran past that
I,
stupid weapon rack like 3 times.
my shoulders are so stiff from sitting here all day.
Oh, I have to go back here. It's kind of zen. This whole Stirling thing.
Yeah, starting
He's
from scratch.
no, but I'm just saying,
Just
like, check out this. I don't know if you have volume on in the stream or not.
I had to turn it off because I couldn't do both.
So he's got this thing right here, which is just like a little flash of light,
Wait, hold on.
but
Let me step away.
everything else is just quiet. And I've kept true to the whole throwing knives thing, which has been oddly satisfying. Oh, a bunch of them here. I want to get to at least level 9 again, just so I put back what I took out. I haven't used the same character slot, so.
I figured out how to mute it. There. It looks like a little Robin Hoodie kind of like vibe to him. Oh, you know what we should do sometime? We
Yes.
should make we should make Princess Bride characters.
Oh, okay.
What? It's a great movie.
It's one of the best movies. I just thought you were going to say something else. When you're excited and start out with, you know what we should do sometime, usually something pretty darn exciting.
Yeah, I mean, between movies of that kind of like genre, I love The Princess Bride. I also love Robin Hood Men in Tights. That is honestly one of my most favorite movies of all time.
So what you're saying is you like Carrie Elwes movies.
I do.
Do you like Saw?
There was a bit of a crush back when I don't know, I must have been like 8 years old back then, 8 or 9 years old.
Well, he was a beautiful man.
He does Hallmark movies now,
Yeah,
He's a silver fox.
yeah.
Very silver fox.
I mean, his accent isn't as cool as my Midwest accent is, but It's
He's
okay.
not exactly oping his way through the forest.
I don't know why
But
Isabel says you're not funny. I don't get that at all.
oh, fuck you.
Why would she even say that? You're obviously hilarious. You just cracked yourself up
So
about my
yesterday I told
oping.
Kim. Yesterday while you were busy, I told Kimmy she could be my Valentine, and
Uh,
she's just like, I gotta go to. I'm on my way to OChem, and I said
to where?
organic chemistry,
Oh, okay.
and
I must have missed one somewhere.
I said, are you working on reactions? Because you're sure giving me one. No, or something like that. I think I said it better, actually. Hold on, because I think I did say it better.
Okay.
And because I don't usually say things very well.
I'm
But
glad you kept record of your flirting. Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's what it was. I told her I love chemistry. Did you get to cause a reaction today? Because you certainly have with my heart.
Oh, God.
That's what I told her. And then she said, "Okay, you can stop. I already agreed to put out. I just needed to know the expectations." And then I said, "But I still have cow jokes." And then everyone said, "Please no." Oh, yeah. See, now, it may not have been something that was funny, but now I have a great threat to leverage.
I suppose you could look at it that way. I'm going to threaten you with really bad jokes.
Some of my jokes are hilarious. That's just,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
Yeah, they're fantastic. The cow one, that's top notch. Hey, we got some new joiners. Welcome to the stream. I am wasting my time again. I just gotta call it like it is. I am wasting my time. And thanks for stopping in so I can help waste some of yours too. I'm also wasting the lovely Christina's time. The lovely, the talented, the not funny Christina. Seminole Gamer, welcome. Thanks for following. I hear something.
Do you see voices?
I hear a wubba. But I mean, it's a distant wubba. It's less distant now. It's like right over my head. I hear the call of the wubba. You would have already deserted me like 15 times over to find it.
No, it's okay.
Well, it's okay for you. Yeah, it doesn't work for me all the time. Because usually I'm in the middle of a fight. Oh, that's all right. No, that's fine. I left you there. Don't worry about that.
You can always do the Isabel threat, where she said that if I
You
ever
leave
hit
me
again,
alone
she would.
again in a fight. I'm locking out, deleting my character, and then
She's like,
uninstalling
I'm
the
gonna.
game.
She said she would do. She said she would do. Log out, delete her characters, delete the game, and then never play with me again. And it's funny. She played with me maybe twice after that and hasn't been back on since.
Yeah, well, there was that caramel incident, uh, which I think was
Yeah.
kind of traumatic for her.
Yeah. Yeah. The post-mortem on that was traumatic for me.
Yeah.
When she sent literal video clips and then discussed what happened in the intervals in between. Here's the 16 minutes you were staring at a menu while I did the entire mission and everything else. She's like, what were you doing? She's like, every time I came back, you were just staring in one place and you said you were in a menu. 16 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah. Where are you? I'm in this room. I can't get out. It's a square room.
There's
I
one
know, I
door.
can't. One door and four corners.
I don't know how to get out of here.
That was bad. It was either bad or hilarious, depending on.
Now, you had a great deal of fun from judging by the recording.
I don't remember all of it. I remember a lot of laughing and snorking because I remember trying to drink water but laughing at the same time and snorking the water and then laughing because I was snorking my water. Um, yeah. There came a certain threshold point where I was just like, Christina, you need to sleep this shit off, man. This is you've escalated. You've escalated.
For all of you at home, Christina has what I like to call extremely cheap date syndrome, uh, where a half a glass of good booze will end up taking her out, basically. Or she'd be very fun for like 45 minutes, and then she's got to sleep.
Or throw up.
Or throw up, yeah. And she chose to
sleeping.
Experiment with edibles with entirely expected results.
It's my coworker's recommendation because she's like, Chris, you're super stressed out. Just try this. You'll feel great after. I take, and she was like, I take these all the time and I don't have any issues at all. I never feel any effects from any of it. And she's like, it just mellows you out. That's what she said. It just mellows you out. And I was just like, I need to be mellow. I'm very high strung. I should be more chill. Maybe this will work for me. It did not make me more chill.
But at least you didn't like have a bad reaction. You were just really happy.
So did I ever tell you about that? The very, very first time, like in college, when I ever smoked weed.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, so it was before Tim and I started dating, but it was when we were both still working at the shoe store together. And, I had, conflict with my mom at the time. Passive conflict. Mainly in that she refused to sign any of my financial aid paperwork for school, so I had to get declared independent, even though she lived right down the street. And I had to live on campus and pay. Part of my student loans is that I spent $14,000 a semester when my mom lived 10 minutes away from campus. Because she refused to sign any of my paperwork and refused to let me stay at the house.
Right. So you're going somewhere with this story.
Right. So on the weekends, I didn't go home. So Tim and I had just kind of started like informally dating, and he's like, I'm having a party at my sister's house. Do you want to come? And I'm like, sure. So I go to this party. First time I drank gin. This is when I found out that being allergic to conifers means that you're also allergic to gin. Did not know that beforehand. So I wind up vomiting blood everywhere for like 20 minutes. And it's like, smoke this, you'll stop puking. Right? So I smoke it. I do stop vomiting. And which was good because he had told me that until I stopped vomiting, I had to sit outside and couldn't come back in the house because it was his sister's house and didn't want to mess in there. So I come back in and like it hits me all of like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes later. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot feel my legs. I can't walk. And like my heart was pounding, my eyes were bugging out. And I was just like, guys, I'm dying. And they were like, it's just weed, dude, you're fine. And I was just like, I am fucking dying. And I was just like, I need to drive myself to the hospital. This tells you how messed up I was. So then they were like, no, just eat something. So I ate an entire jar of mayonnaise. And yeah, I know. That didn't help.
Weird. I thought there was nothing that eating a whole jar of mayonnaise wouldn't just automatically fix.
Oh, I decide I'm going to drive myself to the hospital again. But my legs don't work, remember? So I start army crawling, dragging my legs behind me to the door. And they're just like, Christina, you're way too messed up. And Tim's like, you need to go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm going to die. I need to go. And so I get to like the doorway and they're like, how are you even going to drive? Your legs aren't working. And I'm just like, oh shit, I'm going to die here. And I start panicking. He picked me up, rolled me into a blanket so I couldn't move anymore, and put me in a bed and was like, to sleep. And so eventually I did pass out. I wake up the next morning at like 6 a.m. because he opened the window next to his bed and was peeing out the window so that he didn't have to actually get up and walk all the way to the bathroom. So I woke up to the sound of him pissing out the window and was soaked in sweat from being rolled inside of like 3 layers of blanket, but sobered up. So that was the first time I ever smoked, and pretty much close to the last time. Any other time was just a contact high. But it was such a terrible experience that I was like, I'm good. And my voice was hoarse for like 2 days after. That might have been from vomiting blood.
So like I said, everybody, when the story started, Christina has what I like to consider fun date syndrome. Fun date. If any date doesn't involve spewing blood, vomiting everywhere, the loss of use of the legs, and peeing out windows, it is not. It is not a good date.
The window that time, though.
That's a story. That's part of the story, though.
But yeah,
that sounds like a party.
I should have kind of known, you know. And it was awful because they all made fun of me the whole time, anyways. Because they were like, "Tim, if you're gonna be with a black girl, you at least should pick one that has an actual ass." Our soccer team girls had bigger butts than this, and it was like a whole thing for them. And you know,
you're Jamaican.
That's okay. Jamaican women do have asses, though. But yes, Jamaican.
Jamaican me crazy.
My coffee came in today.
That's great. So that's quite a story.
That took a lot of my yeah. The other time was when we were drinking. We did shots of SoCo chased with Arbor Mist, but beforehand, but we also got like takeout Chinese food, which honestly, worst combination of factors ever. Ever. You don't chase hard liquor with wine. You definitely don't eat Chinese food. And then you definitely don't follow it up with popcorn because it seems like it's spongy. It will be the worst upchuck experience of your life.
I'm okay with you not sharing details on that. I am okay with that.
Yeah. We didn't even go out that night. It was girls' night in. We were like watching rom-coms.
Sounds like a fun date, though.
Yeah. I was still really high-strung in college, you know, kind of coming off of my experiences in Florida. And I would get nervous about being alone at night, and I would sleep in my roommate's room all the time.
What was
I
his
thought
name?
she was just being... Her name was Gianna.
Oh, is this the one with the freckle boobs?
No, that's Sarah.
Oh.
Gianna is from Massachusetts.
Seminole Gamer, this is what the life I've chosen to involve myself with is. The stories just keep on flowing out.
I'm sorry. So Gianna like used to like let me sleep in her room all the time, and I didn't know she was bi, and that she thought I was cute, and that's why she let me sleep in her. She was really nice, and I don't know.
Is that where? What's that?
No, I did a lot of her schoolwork.
I see.
So, yeah. Is that where what?
Your upper torso lesbianism got its start, but no, I think you're already enmeshed by that point. I think.
Somewhat, I guess. I don't know. I remember we went out and we saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre with like Jessica Biel. That's how like old this time frame was. I think it was maybe 2003 or 4. It was in the theaters that we saw it. And you know my startle reflex. And
I'm familiar. Wow,
yeah,
that's the mission. Crazy.
it it terrified me. And I wound up having to leave the theater early and I couldn't stop shaking. And they came out and were like, "Here, smoke this cigarette and you'll be fine." It's the only time I've ever smoked in my entire life. Oddly, it did work a little bit, but I think it was just a distraction of trying to do that without dying.
Well, it's relaxing because nicotine is a stimulant.
So how does that work?
It doesn't.
Hmm. But yeah, college was interesting.
Yeah, I just did sports and studied.
Yeah. I mean, I took between 15 and 18 credits a semester and then did a lot of other people's schoolwork on top of it.
Dated the wrong girl. Definitely the wrong girl.
So, I mean, when I graduated, I had 168 credits.
I think I had only like 130 some.
Yeah. Yeah, I had 168 credits. I mean, I took everything. I took every history class they had. I took classes in Arabic, statistics,
Well, you
chemistry,
really needed to
physics.
make sure you maxed out regarding your tuition.
Well, no, this was the thing. It cost the same whether you took 12 credits or 18 credits.
How's that the case?
That's how they did it. You paid a flat rate per semester. It wasn't by credit.
That
So it behooved me.
sounds like Western Governors University.
Yeah. So it behooved me to just take the max amount of credits every single
Behooved.
semester.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I did okay. In the end, I had a 3.68 GPA for all the random classes. But anytime something interested me, I signed up. You learn a lot. I remember the last semester that I was there, I had to defend my thesis.
As an undergrad?
Yeah, I had to defend my thesis.
We didn't have to do a thesis as an undergrad.
I had I told you about my thesis, didn't I? On the social undercurrents in pre-Nazi Germany that allowed for the beginnings of Nazism based on Bismarck's political policies.
I would say it's more likely that what caused and you obviously did a lot of studying on it. The Treaty of World War One is what drove Nazism into being.
Yes. My focus was not just on that, but it was what were the underlying social constructs which made these changes acceptable to people. And it was like shifting socioeconomic views. It was industrialization and the impact that Germany's industrialization had on people's perceptions of themselves as Germans. And there was like a whole host of different factors. And
It had to do with the fact that they owed more than they could possibly pay in 40 years.
yeah. So I had this 26-page thesis that I defended. And I defended it while passing my second kidney stone.
Does this involve vomiting?
No,
Okay.
no,
I've just noticed there's a vomiting trend for your stories tonight, so.
no, no. And I'm actually not nauseous at the moment, which is great. Um, no, they told me at the end, "Thanks, Christina. By the way, you can't keep doing this. You can't come back. You can't take more classes." And I said, "What do you mean?" And they said, "You've completed 2 full degrees at this point. You can't come back. You're done unless you're coming back for it to be graduate studies." And I was so sad. So sad. But I completed a full double major.
Welcome, Tishka. Welcome to story time. Woo, woo, woo.
Story time.
Yeah. So what is your read? Right, we're going to make this topical and political because everybody knows that's what really sells. What is your read on the current state of Canada and the prime minister declaring it a national emergency, which allows him more power over the provinces.
I always think it's a mistake in a democracy when there's belief that governance can only be managed by force. Because if you have to take such measures, are you truly enacting the will of the people? Or are you leaning more towards authoritarianism or dictatorship by trying to force your structures and your beliefs on others?
Apparently, it's the
And
first peacetime use of that power
yeah, yeah.
for a protest that, in the grand scale of the last couple of years of protests, probably isn't that bad.
Mm.
And now they're changing Canadian law to make sure that anybody who donates to things that they decide
They
are,
can track it.
yep,
Yeah.
that are against what government policy currently is, that they have to report all of that to the banks, and the banks can seize that, and they can make it a crime.
Mm. Which, all this really does is add more and more fuel to the cryptocurrency fire.
Yeah, that's true.
The idea of
Although I think
having
they're even talking about,
untraceable resources.
I think they're even talking about trying to track that, though. Hellions.
Yeah, but I think you can encrypt that in ways that makes it a little bit more difficult for them to follow the path.
Yeah, the only challenge ends up being how do you get it from one form to another form?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holy
But
crap, Bree
more,
came out of nowhere.
did she? Did she say hi? Hi, Bree.
Scared the crap out of me. Hi, Bree. Sure. I'm not doing anything really exciting. I'm just listening to story time. Lot of Christina stories, which are fascinating and also really kind of frightening at the same time.
I don't. Why are they? I always look at it that everything that's happened to me so far, I've survived.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, that says something.
Yeah, I mean, crawling across the floor, stoned out of your skull, thinking you're going to die, only be rolled up like a burrito, tossed into some strangers. Well, I guess it wasn't really a stranger.
No, no. But you know what? The big thing I learned out of all of this is when I was young and all my friends in Miami were tripping balls and doing like Molly and all kinds of stuff. And I was always just like, guys, no, because I always thought I am so sensitive to things. Because like even like regular medications, I would have issues with sometimes. I always felt like I was one of those people that would be a one and done. That like whatever like fun drug I tried was gonna kill me the very first time. And based on my response to marijuana, I believe that is correct.
Outcasts. Need skulls. Those are outcasts. 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 Skulls. Those are outcasts. Hellions. What are you guys? You guys are outcasts.
What was your best sports story from college?
My best sports story from college.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really know that I had a best sports story from college. It definitely did not involve me losing the use of my legs and being wrapped up like a burrito. That's way better than mine is.
I'm a special person, Paul. I'm a special person. What can I say?
Head over to Four Seasons and take him out. Sure, let's do that. Best sports story. I don't know. I mean, they're just all normal. I think the closest I got to death after I stopped, for me, the drinking age was actually I turned of age when I was a freshman. But before I turned of age, in that whatever 2 or 3 months worth of time, I drank more than I did the rest of my entire time in college. And I'd gone to a parochial grade school, parochial high school. Closed campuses everywhere. So I gone out, and they were still doing alcohol parties in the dorms at that point because it was still so new. And they were not shut down. So, but after that, once I decided this is not something that I can do. Plus, I was in training. I didn't like to break training ever. So I did it between seasons usually. But I think one of the first money tournaments I ever did, I did in Green Bay for volleyball. And I played in both the men's 2-on-2 and co-ed. So I played basically 2 tournaments worth of volleyball in the course of a weekend. And I was so tired and crampy and dehydrated. And I was dating at that time, and driving back, I was actually hallucinating. I was so tired.
Oh, goodness.
And luckily the girl I was dating at the time was with, and she was asleep. I'm like, I honestly, I can't go anymore. We have to pull over, or you have to drive, one of the two. So she drove. And I woke up and we went off the road. And the repairs to my car pretty much cost everything that I made at the tournament. So I think I made like, I don't know, $7,500. Not $7,500. $1,700, something like that.
That's miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you've got like your semester of books or something paid or housing paid, and like you get a whack like that, that sucks.
Yeah. That was the first summer I'd actually spent at college, where I actually stayed there through the summer. So I was paying rent and all that fun stuff. And the season after that, or the semester after that, I was an RA, so it got easier. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, we won a bunch of different things. We won conference a couple times. It's a lot of traveling, but I was in engineering at the time, and I didn't have a lot of time to, even do stuff. When we were traveling, I was studying. So this is the first time in my life I actually had to study. I did not know how to do it. I sucked at it. I had to develop the skill.
Yeah, I had I guess the advantage of just constantly being a voracious reader.
Well, I had that too, but that doesn't help you regarding engineering and fluid dynamics textbooks.
This is true.
You just don't happen to stumble across those things in day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Up until that point in time, it would be unusual if I didn't at least read, 1,000+ pages of non-schoolwork stuff a week. But never had to get graded on it. So. Dead end. Yeah, look, my stories are pretty boring in comparison. I don't think I've ever been close to death regarding controlled substances, or the parties that I went to are not like the parties you went to.
There was very few parties that I went to at school, right? And that was one of, I would say, out of 5 years that I was in college, I maybe went to 3 or 4 parties
I just meant in general.
total.
But yeah.
Yeah. Um, but ironically, I had that one party, and then I had another party we went to on the beach where one kid died. And it was a constant problem at UNE because we were on the ocean. So people would get drunk and someone would have inevitably like pissed themselves or throw up on themselves and think they were going to go rinse themselves off in the ocean.
Or,
And
throw up blood, things like that. Yeah.
the thing here is there's significant problems with hypothermia when you're going to walk out into the water and it's like 34 degrees or 40 degrees at most. And they would have issues with somebody who would walk out and then either be drunk and fall over, get too cold, and then they'd die. So we did have a student die at a party, like who was at a party that I was at, which was pretty funky. But no, I worked full time all through college, in addition to my classes, and did an internship in elementary school, and then did another one. I volunteered at the Marine Sea. We had a seal rescue where we would go ahead and pick seals up and do rehab. So I worked there at that facility, and was on the gymnastics team for college. No, I shouldn't say team. I was in the gymnastics club because we did not have enough to do it the other way. We were in a club sport. Are you playing on Reunion tonight, Paul?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I also saw in messages that there's a timeout for, yeah, that's my Peter. I'm sorry. I just use the default for whatever the chat bot is, so I'll double check. I have no problems with links going in there, but apparently chatbot default does have a problem with that. So my problem is if Christina is not actually playing, I tend to look at the screen too much and not at the chat enough. So she's usually a much better moderator. Yeah, much better moderator than I am. Yeah, we're also on Reunion, so we're on the French server. Poor choice. We're currently living with it. It may not be something we live with for very much longer, but we'll see how it goes. Kind of seems like most of the people that we hang with or talk to are hanging out on Excelsior. And I just moved a character over there yesterday just to look around. And it is definitely a lot more lively, especially during normal North America playtimes, which would be really nice because joining up in like little groups and things, especially through like the hell levels, like the 20s and things, it's a lot easier when you actually have a fairly substantial server population going. I am not aware of anybody dying at any party I've been to.
Yeah.
Although,
back in Miami, a little different too.
Although there's a history of them at the university campus in Madison.
Really?
Yeah, because of the same reasons. They're right on Lake Mendota. The university is basically right between two lakes,
Mm.
So it
Get someone wasted who gets in the water.
yeah, and the bar is what is the bar's name? State Street? State Street. And it's within you can see the lakes from State Street. So little beaches along the way, and if you get there during like poison arrow. Hmm. Hmm. Doing it. I'm doing it. All right. Wait, I have another level? Oh, wow. I have another level. Okay. See, everything's gone red already. Gonna do what? Gonna do something here. No, I do anything there. Nothing there. I'm gonna put it into stamina because I'm gonna need stamina eventually. But yeah, so that's actually one of the ones that was a problem. And I remember seeing a lot of police reports after weekend saying that somebody walked in somewhere, and the problem is Madison is not as cold as up here,
Mm-hmm.
so their ice when they get it on the lakes is not very thick. So people walk out on the ice and that's all she wrote. Gonna use sleep. What's the normal sleep on this? 20 seconds. Wow. That's not bad. Or what else? Nothing else. I'm going to add sleep to it. I need 3 stamina, 2 health.
No, it's kind of nice to be able to just talk to you and enjoy you playing without having to worry about my own performance.
Do you have performance anxiety?
I do. Because I always feel like I'm the person bringing the team down perpetually. And if I'm not bringing the team down, I'm making it late because I can't figure out where I'm supposed to be. So it's kind of a no-win situation.
I see.
Yeah.
Have you caught Zach at all online?
Earlier today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I tagged him in this post because they had a story proposition that I thought was amazing that he could get behind and he would really enjoy.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, yes, 100%. But let me see if I can find it.
Wonder why
Okay.
would chatbot not allow links to show up inside the chat? I wonder by default.
I don't know. Well, because you never know what kind of links people are putting up there.
I suppose.
So pitch a Muppet movie where the Muppets play D&D and it cuts between the Muppets around the table and the fantasy being acted out. But instead of it just being the Muppets dressed up in D&D fantasy costumes, it's celebrity actors, but the Muppets still do the voices in the Muppet voices. And the actors have to act how those Muppets would act. So then, like, imagine a barbarian played by Jason Momoa, but voiced by Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
I think
You
I
gonna
could get behind.
you gonna do it? You're gonna invest in it?
With what resources?
All of them?
I just explained to you how I spent an extra $28,000 a year for 5 years of college because my mom refused to let me live 10 minutes away.
Well, that just means you don't necessarily have a gift of wise investments, and so I think you should put everything into it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. All right. I can see it. It kind of reminds me of the South Park episode where they played D&D. Or no, where they played like karate fighters. And so they had their animation for South Park was South Park animation. But whenever we went into story mode for it, they had these amazing graphics and animations for it. Anime type things. They were still dressed up in the regular outfits, and they still had the regular voices. but they had just amazing animations. There we go. Hey, I'm level 9. I've actually matched the level I was when I deleted my character.
Excellent. Make sure you go ahead and get all your costumes in.
Oh, I only had the one. I'm not worried about it. I'm satisfied with this one, so I'm not going to worry about it. I know it's weird, right? Just having the one.
There's a lot of things you've only got one of that I really enjoy. So, I mean, I think that's fine.
You know, we should not be talking about my testicles on the stream.
You have more than one of those.
Oh, I thought you were like talking about the middle one.
You know, I try to be cute and make illusions. Never work.
Well, I think you managed the cute thing, the illusions thing, maybe not. Hello. Oh, these guys are orange. Wait a minute. I've got this poison arrow.
Holy crap, this is detailed.
Oops. Don't know how to use my own powers yet. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I think I need to, I definitely need hasten. I feel like I'm contributing. I'm not, but I do feel like it. Sorry, another way around there? I just missed. Oh, yeah, there is. Heh. All right. Tell you what, glue arrow is pretty effective.
That's good.
Got caught into reading something, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at financial reports. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Preparing myself for this meeting that I'm unprepared for, and trying to determine if I need to wake up early or if I can fake it. Because really, the latter is what it's worth doing, but the former is what's doing what I should be doing to do it right at this point. As a voluntold project. You know, they want to pull me off of Latin America completely. And they're the only team I genuinely enjoy working with. And they said, well, it's not time sensitive. They're not a priority. And I said, if it's not a priority, why did we have them switch to a go direct model this summer. And now we're going to tell them that they're going to go direct, and we have no support for them.
We have the company in general has made mistakes in Latin America across the board from day one. They've never been a priority.
Yet they told that team, they gave them these insurmountable performance goals where they need to do 100% more than they did last year, and they cut their budget by 40%. And I'm the only additional assistance they gave them. Because the year before they fired 2 people.
Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, I need to put some accuracy into that.
It's orange.
The thing I didn't understand about glue arrow is
They don't stick, it seems like.
it does, but then the effect disappears on the ground, but it's still there.
So is it that thing where it looks like they're spraying urine from themselves? Is that it?
What?
So when you hit them, there's this like little gold misty spray that comes out of their bottom halves. Is that the glue effect?
A misty spray that comes out of the bottom half of their...
Look. Oh, wait. You spray something. Or shoot something, rather.
This is all I got. This is it right here. That's every shoe in the place. I got no more powers to use.
See, look at it like misting stuff off of him. Like, see it? See it?
How is that urine?
I don't know, because it looks like it's falling from his lower half, so like that's what I...
He's running through glue. Somehow that's urine spraying from his body? Oh, you have an interesting mind.
I am a very broken person.
You have a very interesting processing. Urine spraying from their lower halves. Sure.
It looks like.
Is that urine right there? That white stuff that's like radiating off of his body? Is that the urine?
That like spray effect. That's what I was talking about. Listen, until you've seen a person do that in real life, I don't want to hear judgment. Okay?
I've seen a person. I've never seen a person spray urine out of their legs before. White urine as they're running through glue.
I'm not saying it's always white. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's move on in this conversation because people are already thinking I'm weird.
Why would they think that? Urine.
Don't do the side eye with it.
Urine.
Don't do the side eye with it.
I didn't even look. Alright. We need to get this going. Yeah. It's interesting. I didn't realize that the poison gas stuff kind of stayed around for a while.
It said 20-second effect, right?
I don't remember.
Do you want to play a game we haven't for a long time?
What's that?
Yeah. Remember that thing we used to do when we would propose two options and you had to pick which one you preferred?
Okay.
So, like, I would say dogs or cats, and you would say which one you liked better.
Uh-huh.
Um, we could do that. Or we could play Never Have I Ever.
I don't know who'd win at that. Don't we have to drink for that?
You don't have to drink. I mean, I feel like that's an independent decision. But that's technically the way you're supposed to play it.
Kind of a drinking game, yeah, where if you've done it, you have to drink.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure there's things like, you know, that I have that you don't have. I mean, you've never been set on fire before.
Actually,
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
have.
have you really?
Yeah.
Oh God, doesn't it suck?
I've had better days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, I served
My sister.
better part of 10 years as a first responder,
Oh, that's true.
and I actually have been to a bunch of different plane crashes and things where there were still fires happening. And you try to prepare for it, but there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. No, mine was way different. My sister set me on fire. It's one of those lovely family stories they like to tell for fun. If you ever get to meet them one day, you'll hear all about it, I'm sure.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. Remember that time Bree set Chrissy on fire with the flaming marshmallow? Christina remembers.
No, actually, mine
And
was because of fuel.
yeah.
So I would say I wasn't set on fire, but I started on fire. If that's a clarification, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I got her marshmallow. We were toasting marshmallows when she was about 3, and she lit hers on fire and started wildly swinging it, and her flaming marshmallow splatted onto the back of my hand because we were all around the thing, and the adults were all drunk and just started laughing. So here I am with my hand covered in flaming marshmallow, and I wound up having to run down the stairs and jump in the pool. Got between second and third degree burns on it, but my mom was really mad. Didn't want to take me to the doctor, so she took me to Walgreens and had the pharmacist look at it. And that's kind of how most of my bad injuries went, actually. Was either pretending it didn't happen or going to the pharmacy or something. But you get
Why,
pretty good at self-treatment.
why would the pharmacy treat that and not tell you to go to the ER?
Well, she pulls up, she'd put my hand in a bag of ice, and she just said, I'm looking for something for burn cream. And the pharmacist looked at me and she was kind of sad. And she said, well, you know, the worst thing you can do right now is to put all that burnt skin on ice. You don't want to do that. So my mom just kind of like nonchalantly pulls my hand out of the bag and she says, oh yeah, well, what do you recommend? And she says, well, it depends how bad it is. So my mom hides my hand and says, well, you know, it seems okay. And so they gave me some sulfur-sulfadiazine and sent me on my way. Most of the skin grew back that time.
I mean, I don't see a scar on your hand, so I would say
Yeah,
eventually all of it did.
yeah, yeah, yeah. My hand's done pretty well for that one. And where I got hit by a car, all that skin on my leg grew back for the most part too. It's easier when it happens when you're young. Much more resiliency.
Oh, there we go. It's so disappointing when you leave them with like just a little sliver of health left after you've gone through all of your attacks.
Yeah. It's the worst when you like have two of them and you're trying to just get rid of one angle that you're being attacked from. And you just run out and both of them come up and just whack you again and you're just like, God damn it.
I think that the flash arrows can be really useful. I think at some point we'll be able to get a negative 20% chance to hit. All right. Well, which one would you like to play? You brought it up. You brought it up for a reason.
I'm just looking for a distraction.
You may have to be the one offering this or that because
Oh, because you're busy.
I got a little bandwidth issue.
You're good. Tacos or burritos?
Tacos.
Crunchy or soft?
Crunchy.
Man. Okay.
And even, I don't even like the good ones. I like cheap tacos. I like
the $2.99 kit that you get from like the grocery store.
No, I'm talking like Taco Bell. You pick up a 20 pack or a 10 pack of them. I'm there. I am so there.
It's
Hard
not
shell.
even meat inside.
Don't care. It's pink goo when you fry it up just right. Doesn't matter. So no, I'm totally there for cheap tacos. But I do prefer hard shell.
Gosh. I still remember when I was pregnant with Olivia and I had really bad hyperemesis that I really wanted tacos, right? So I'm in the line at Taco Bell and I'm vomiting out of the door picking up my order. And I'm like, they must think I'm so freaking wasted right now. And I was like 4 months pregnant, like belly out, like pregnant, but I could not stop puking. But I mean, it's Taco Bell.
So
Same outcome regardless.
So for all of you that are listening, not all of Christina's stories involve vomit. They just do tonight.
It's a revolving cycle. I'm sorry.
Every story ends up coming back to vomit at some point.
It's terrible. Tonight is terrible. You're correct. I'm in a loop. I'm in a terrible loop. Okay, so you're a cheap hard taco fan. Okay. Go see a play or go see a musical.
I think of those two things as being very similar. I would be about equal for both of them. I would say play. So.
Boob man or butt man?
Depends on the woman.
Good call.
In your case, I'm a boob man.
I have no butt, so you didn't really have an option. Oh gosh. Let's see. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate. Except in coffee. Chocolate coffee sucks.
Yeah, it kind of does. I like getting... My thing is I like vanilla Frosties if I'm going to dunk my chicken nuggets in them.
Oh,
but I like chocolate Frosties if I'm going to eat it by itself.
Oh boy.
What?
I don't combine food usually.
Oh, I combine everything. Everything can mix together. It's amazing. That's like the joy of life, is finding that snack item where it combines like salty and sweet and cold and hot and crunchy and soft, and it's like I'm sorry.
It's going to have to involve something you're going to throw up later, right?
No, you don't throw those things up. They're too delicious to throw up.
There has to be a story involving having fantastic food, but then throwing it up.
Not that I'm going to tell tonight, because we're not doing that anymore. We're moving on
Uh-huh.
to something else. Okay. Beach or pool?
Um, well, it depends on the beach. If you're talking like white sand beach somewhere, definitely beach. If you're talking New Jersey with medical waste, pool.
Okay.
I would also say
I,
we've been to Lake Superior. I would not want to go swimming on the beach there or spend any time on the beach because it's just freaking freezing.
yeah,
So it depends on the beach.
that's fair. Um, hot tub or sauna?
Sauna. Hot tubs are just human soup.
You're not wrong. Um, let's
You're
see.
basically wearing everybody else, what everybody else was carrying on their skin, you end up wearing in a hot tub.
Oh, I know I like hot tubs. Don't say things like this. It's gonna gross me out the next time I go to get in one of them.
One of the gyms I used to go to had a large community hot tub, and it was very popular with the septuagenarians,
So,
70-plus-year-olds.
thank you. I was trying to figure out how many decades it was.
Septa is seven. So, anyhow, I'm just thinking. There's a certain amount of body positivity that happens after some age. I don't know when it is, but when you just stop worrying about it. I think I showed you that skit about from the Baroness von Sketch show,
Yeah,
where welcome to being 40 and going to the gym.
yeah. Just letting
And
it all hang out.
yeah, you just don't worry about it anymore. You don't worry about shaving anymore. All of that stuff.
Hey, that's in like 2 weeks for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just I'm just not I'm not there. I would say if it was my hot tub and I was responsible for the maintenance and cleaning of it,
If you could
hot
control
tub,
the variables.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Public, hotel, whatever, no, absolutely not.
Okay. Speaking of hotels, so you're at the hotel. Dinner at the bar or room service?
Room service.
When we go to the Delano's, they have the best room service mac and cheese, and it will be happening, by the way. It's the best I've ever had at any hotel I've ever been in. And it's a giant portion.
Hey, where'd that guy come from?
Around the corner. Um, would you rather go on a hike on foot or go on a ride on like ATVs or something?
Again, there's too many variables in that.
It's summer.
Right, but is what is the hike? Is it up a mountain? Is it in a desert somewhere? Is it along a beach? Because it makes a
Um,
difference.
okay.
I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but at some point in time, I really have problems after like an hour of walking on the beach. I start having problems.
Do you get too hot?
No, I just end up having issues with
The instability of the
yeah,
surface?
yeah, and
Oh,
maybe I don't have that same problem anymore. But it was
hmm.
a surefire way of just making me hate my life.
Yeah. I get that. I used to run on the beach when I was training for gymnastics because it was the easiest way to work as many muscles as possible, balance wise. Made you great on the beam. Let's say uh, like not quite a mountainous area, like wilderness area, but not quite mountainous. Not minimal changes in elevation. I know, isn't she a good kitty? This is Layla. Hi. You tell everybody how cute you are. She's 17. She's got the fiv. She does okay.
Robitussin. Yeah.
Good Lord is in regards to my chicken nugget comment.
Oh, was it?
But until you've tried it, guys, until you have tried
Uh,
chicken nuggets in your Frosty, don't judge. It's just like that whole thing where they were doing, was it watermelon and mustard this summer?
why? Why do you do that? Why would they do that? What's this wrong with watermelon?
There's nothing wrong with watermelon. It's just, it's a flavor contrast.
It's perfect on its own.
I like flavor contrasts. Okay. Would you rather live in a hot place or a cold place?
Neither. I don't want to live. Is what I'm saying. No, I would rather live in someplace temperate. Someplace that isn't a desert and isn't the frigid north.
Yeah.
Someplace that you have at least a couple freezes a year, maybe some snow. It keeps the bugs down. But you can actually walk around in, say, February and not die. Either from the heat or from the cold.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. We could do that if we, Tennessee. There'd be other concerns.
How did I miss everybody in that?
Sometimes that's what happens. These little exploding life packs pretty good.
Swing and a miss.
Well, according to that feedback, I shouldn't be moving to where you are. We should be moving somewhere south or wait, that's not a word. Is it a word?
No.
More southernly.
Mm-hmm.
Is that also not a word?
No.
Anyways,
more
further,
southern.
Further to the down. Okay, I'm not great with the direction. So,
further to the down.
further, further to the down part of the country, based closer to the equator. Hey, that's a geological reference that I can use. Closer to the equator. Let's see. Okay. Mario Kart or Legends of Zelda?
Neither. Of the two, I'd be more inclined to Legends of Zelda because I'm more of a puzzle person than I am a driving person.
Did you ever play Cubert?
I mean, in the arcade, sure.
I played Cubert. That was the first game I learned to play in school on the computer. It's Cubert. Cubert and Tetris. Oh, I meant to tell you before I forget. William said that I should tell you that for my birthday I really want a beanbag chair.
For his birthday?
No. Well, also for his birthday, but because his birthday is already passed, he thought that maybe it would be better if I asked for my birthday.
Oh, so then, but did you tell him that if you got one for your birthday, then it would be yours and he couldn't use it?
I did, but he said you don't like having anything like that in the living room, so it would have to be in his room because he's the only one who's got space.
It's kind of brilliant.
And then he said if we got a beanbag chair, it was a we. He phrased it as a we. If we got a beanbag chair, then he could sleep in it every night instead of in his bed. And how much more comfortable that would be.
It's a lot of love for beanbags.
He's like, you can ask Paul. It's really nice.
I think he assumes you've never slept in one.
I think he does. I think he assumes you sleep out there by yourself.
Oh, hello.
But yeah, that was his little suggestion. So there's my My second-hand birthday hint for you.
Oh, I see.
I thought it was hilarious. He's so freaking fixated on it.
He really is. He really is. I wonder if you can figure out that you actually can buy beanbag chairs.
That I could buy it?
Yeah.
I don't tell him that. Because then I'll get hounded for it. And
Is he under the belief that I'm the one who got the only beanbag chairs in the world?
The way that I've been phrasing it tactically has been, I'm really not sure where he got them from. We'd have to ask Paul about it. And William said, can't you look it up on the Google? And I said, I could, but I'm not sure they would be the same ones because his are really big and they're very comfy. And he's like, they are big and comfy. And I said, yeah, so you really want to make sure you get the right quality. So I think we would want to make sure it's the same one. And he's like, yeah.
Have you ever seen, what's the modular furniture that they keep on talking about all the time where you build your own?
Yeah.
Lovesack?
I've seen that. Lovesack, yep.
They have family-sized beanbag chairs for like 4 people.
Yeah, they do.
They're like $80,000, but you can afford the house if you bought one. But, I couldn't figure out why they're called Lovesack, and then I actually went to their site. I'm like, oh, well, that explains it then, doesn't it?
Because it looks like a giant sack.
Yeah, but I only knew them for their modular furniture. I did not know that they had these gigantic beanbag chairs.
Yeah, Marshall bought one for his place. And, so he's got one at his house as well. But the kids have never been to his place, so that's probably the only reason they don't know about it.
Well, it's something he can show it where its place is, I guess. He's going to keep that beanbag chair in its place. It's a family thing. Is he still dating?
The lady moved out.
Oh, okay.
So he came to see me after it all happened. He waited like 2 days and came back and said, I didn't want to come see you until I could verify that she was gone. Because I knew you would complain because you've told you about the last few times. And I'm like, dude, if you're complaining that the lady whacks you all the time and that you're unhappy and she spends all your money, have her leave.
Yeah. I think Meg keeps on running these same missions over and over again, perpetually.
Hell, Lava Dude looks cool. What's that?
It's a Magnite Lord, level 14 boss. It's Death Incarnate for me, basically.
It's purple.
Purple. What level am I now? Am I 11? I think I'm 11.
Yeah, you're 11.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could pick a historical figure to talk to, would you pick Nelson Mandela or the Dalai Lama? Wait, isn't the Dalai Lama still alive?
Yeah, the Dalai Lama's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would it have to be one of those two?
Yeah. Out of those two.
I think Nelson Mandela's had a more interesting life. I'd be more interested in talking to him.
What about Theodore Roosevelt versus Woodrow Wilson?
I think Theo Roosevelt was probably a total narcissistic jerk. But I have no interest in Woodrow Wilson at all, so at least Theodore Roosevelt would be an interesting conversation.
Things are so weird. They look like testicle with legs on it. Not your testicles. Your testicles are way prettier than that.
Obviously.
Just making sure I clarify.
Appreciate that. Knife. Got it. some point I'm gonna have to get like another attack. I don't have enough attacks to actually fill out an entire list of. I can't sustain anything, I should say. Why would you pick those two of all the presidents?
I took an entire class on them. I probably still have at least like 4 books on the 2 of them on my bookshelf. And then I took a whole class on tenets of Marxism.
Yeah. And you thought that $14,000 a semester wasn't useful?
That was housing. That was housing. Housing and food. I didn't mind. I had academic scholarship for most of my education, actually. It covered about 80% of my tuition. I remember being really excited that tuition was $36,000 a year, and my scholarship was for 30. And then the second year, I got a distinguished honor scholarship, and which it wasn't really that I was honored exactly. It's more that they were trying to have some minority retention because like the school was 99% white. So they gave me an extra 10 grand to hang around. And the only requirement was that I took part in some diversity pictures that they were taking for their marketing campaign.
Really?
They gave me an extra 10 grand in academic scholarships for it.
Huh. I have no opinion about that.
So it worked. But yeah, no, my tuition itself for the most part was covered. It's my housing that sunk me really deeply into debt. Go figure. Are the little cloud things from your poison gas arrows?
Yeah. It's supposed to prevent them from. Well, they do less damage and they take more damage. And sometimes they choke. It's an interesting power set.
It's like it. Looks fun.
It's relatively fast playing.
What's an artist you would still like to see in concert?
Neil
Or
Diamond.
who's an artist? Neil Diamond?
He's
You're
not touring
so
anymore
old.
though. What's that?
That's the most old person comment you've ever made in the history of us being together.
If you don't appreciate Neil Diamond in concert, I don't care what your age is. Neil Diamond was before my time. I would have loved to have seen him in concert, but now he's got Parkinson's. He's not performing anymore.
Yeah.
No, my mom liked Neil Diamond. But he's got great music and he's a great entertainer. And it's just all the more worse because, he's not doing it anymore. He can't do it. You know my entire lack of hesitation on that.
Yeah. You're pretty excited. Maybe he'll do a revival concert or something one day.
Yeah, Parkinson's
makes everything so tough to perform. Yeah.
Yeah. Parkinson's, they usually have massive improvements over time. It's a very sad day. I'm like, oh man, it's one of those things where I'm like, I think at some point in time I would like to just find a way, track him down wherever he is in the country, and just go see him. And then he was no longer performing. So I think that, in retrospect, I think I would have made more of an attempt to see Prince, because he was in the area for decades, and he did a frequent drop in performances. But yeah, Neil Diamond. Final answer.
Oh, did I ask you which Cirque du Soleil show you wanted to see?
I don't know anything about them, so you could ask me what
Okay,
color of Cirque du Soleil concert I want
but
to see,
I
and I would
I
never
go
be
s-
able to.
I go see one every single time I go to Vegas.
Okay.
I rotate through. I have not seen O, which is the big water one at the Wynn. I have not seen the Beatles. They have a whole Beatles themed one, which is all the Beatles music the whole time.
I'm a leveling full tonight.
You are. It's so hot to see you just leveling out of control. You and Bree just slaughtering things together, killing them with arrows.
Uh, yeah, it's amazing. Nobody else could do this, just so you know. Just me. Just me and some other super ultra powered level 50 character. It's my talent is what it is. It's my skill. I'm sure. Hmm. A lot of them are choking.
Look at that.
I'm kind of impressed with all the stuff this guy can do.
Hmm. Oh, Cheap Trick is playing in Vegas.
They're from Wisconsin.
Are they really?
Yeah, I've seen Cheap Trick.
Oh. When I moved into my house, they had a giant Cheap Trick poster up.
Yeah.
Donny Osmond. Uh, the Whitney Houston hologram concert.
I wonder if she's going to lip sync that one too.
Whitney Houston did not lip sync.
She lip synced all the time.
No, no, not
Even
Whitney.
even her
Don't ruin Whitney for me.
her
She's
performance,
dead already.
this amazing performance of the national anthem she did for the Super Bowl was pre-recorded.
Shania Twain's got a Vegas residency going.
Shania's hot. She's my one celebrity go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is she your
I get the pass on
pass?
Shania. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Although it's a little concerning because she looks a lot like one of the girls I used to date. So I don't know what to think
Yeah.
about that. It makes me a little concerned about that thought process.
Is that because of the crazy hot chart?
Nah, she wasn't crazy. I mean, she was a little crazy, but it wasn't the bad kind of crazy. Former fiance.
funny?
Very
Even
interesting
though,
power set.
yeah, it is. Even though I've been married, I've never had anybody ask me to marry them.
You proposed?
I like to think it was a mutual agreement
Just it was
where
a handshake.
we were kind of just laying there next to each other. And I was just like, well, we might as well just get married then. And they were like, yeah, I guess so. And that was it. That was the whole thing.
That's a story.
Or a non-story, depending on how you want to look at it.
I respect the fact that there was no vomiting involved in that.
Yeah, no, no, there's no vomiting. There probably should have been, but no.
Well, let's
No,
see.
it's
I have
it's
asked.
poor decisions.
I have asked 3 times and have been asked 4 times.
You way outranking me on that one.
Yeah. I think I may be done with Meg. I think she's just repeating things randomly. I think she's like the one other contact.
Meg kind of seems a little bit like a bitch.
She's one of those I want to talk to your manager type things.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah. Bree's gonna be on a 10-second delay. Bree, I'm gonna go to train up and also head to pocket D. I have Ganymede for a contact. I said no to every time it was asked. 4 times. I said no.
Was it the who was asking or the how you were asked?
It was never the how. The how doesn't matter. It was the who and the timing. In a lot of cases, it just seemed like the person was very insecure about our relationship, and they wanted to make sure that I was going to be there. And so, I think in most cases, when I started dating, within 6 weeks, she proposed. I'm like, let's just enjoy the process. And the thing was, I think that, had things played out differently, I would have responded back again within like about a year and a half, or 2 years. And said, let's do this. But that one kind of fell apart. So, not meant to be, and that's okay.
I'm sure you'll find your person eventually.
Yeah, I think I have found him. The question is she going to pop the question or not? And the other question is, can I handle living with a whole bunch of chickens?
That is the bigger question.
Yeah. And can I handle being 300 plus pounds? That's the third question. So, blazing arrow or ice arrow, or do I go with? I mean, I had to take blazing arrow eventually because I'm getting oil slick up here, and I put the oil slick down and I light it on fire. I don't care about ice arrow. I'm going to go with hasten.
The chickens really aren't that bad.
Yeah, whatever.
They're cute. I mean, they're fluffy. With personalities.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll put a bug in your lovely lady's ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Arrow explodes in a small shower of acid on impact. What does this do? Oh. Well, see, now I'm getting too many options here.
Isn't that always the hard part? These are the moments when I like walk back and ask you what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. So this is a minor damage AoE. Kind of like that whole AoE thing. All right, we're doing it. So, getting rid of throwing knives. Pulling into acid arrow. Do I... Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. Putting that in there. This goes over here. That goes up there. All right. Oh, no, 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 no. Nope, nope. Nope. Not having it.
Why?
Huh?
Why not? Why aren't you having it?
I'm not having hasten show up. I hate the glowing hands on certain characters. This character is not going to have a bunch of stuff happening around him. All right, so we need what? We need... damage for activation. Recharge time is 20 seconds. Yikes. 45 seconds for the poison gas.
Did you ever put that little thing that Zach mentioned, where it gives you the little timer in the bottom, so you know when everything's going to be?
No, I never did that. Nope, I never.
I really
have.
like it because it helps me time things out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get click happy, and it helps me decide what path I want to take, especially with Lefty, because I know how long it takes for Hyde to go back again, and I know how long it takes for the Assassin's Strike to regenerate. So it helps me time them all out.
I think I forgot the fact that I did not suck it out. Hasten, look at that. There it is. I'm running it. I just don't have it socketed out. Recharge. Yeah, Neil Diamond. Definitely Neil Diamond. Mainly because I could picture he's been around for what, I don't know, 50 years, 40 plus years performing.
Mm-hmm.
He must have, I don't know, at least several concerts worth of greatest hits.
Yeah.
And you would see generations, all different generations there. Pretty amazing.
What's your favorite concert that you have been able to attend?
Well, it's not going to be of somebody famous. My favorite concert that I've ever attended was at the St. Peter's Basilica in St. Paul. This huge, huge, gigantic old church, well, basilica. And there was the Minnesota Chamber Orchestra and the choir and soloists who were doing the Messiah inside of this ancient church. And it was just amazing. So it was nobody famous.
Sounds lovely, though.
It was really spectacular. But as far as concerts go, I saw Journey in concert back when I was a kid. That was amazing. Um, the worst concert I've ever been to was with the Cars. By far. Never go to another Cars concert. Never buy anything that has to do with the Cars.
Which seems so sad because it's like a melding of two things you love between music and vehicles.
Yeah. It was one of those performances where they didn't talk between any of their songs. They didn't play any of their hits. They only played the songs from the new album, which had just come out, so nobody knew any of the songs. And they were off the stage in 20 minutes.
Oh, they phoned that in.
It was so bad. So bad. It's in the middle of summer, right? In not even let the good times roll. Nothing. Just so bad. If it wasn't for the fact that Bachman Turner Overdrive opened for them, BTO is amazing. Spew.
I would still say that my favorite concert was the Up in Smoke tour.
Is that Cheech and Chong?
No. That was Snoop and Dr. Dre and Eminem and all of them. In I think 2000.
Yeah.
I haven't had a concert after that topped it.
Oh, I take it back. That's not my favorite concert. Favorite concert was my sister and I. She took me to. I was broke. I was in college. Wait, I was in high school. And Simon and Garfunkel did a reunion tour. And we saw them at County Stadium in Milwaukee. And it was just amazing. They made a recording of the concert. It's Paul Simon and Garfunkel, Something in the Park. So it became an album. But it was astonishing. I mean, we had cheap seats and everything, but again, it's the middle of summer, and my sister and I were getting along, and this is before either one of us, kind of flipped out and went crazy. We were ignoring stuff at home well enough. So.
Oh, that's a good one with good memories attached.
Yeah.
When my stepdad used to take me out to the track to bet, we used to see REO Speedwagon all the time because they were always performing out there.
Never saw them, always wanted to. They were kind of out of fashion by the time I actually got old enough to see concerts.
Yeah, they did like a residency at Gulfstream, it seemed like. Well, they were there once a month. And we were at the track more than once a month. But, they were there once a month. And it was a good time because it was just like super chill outdoor concert music, and beautiful sunny weather. The horses are all going by. It was a good time.
I guess I've been to a couple home free concerts too, and those have all been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge country fan, but they make amazing music.
Yeah. I would go to a Pentatonics concert.
I'm a little less. I'm more home free and less Pentatonics.
Yeah, I love a cappella.
Yeah, that's a home free thing. The problem for me with Pentatonics is they're not social at all. They're obviously doing it to make money. They're not enjoying it.
Yeah, I could see that. It's a product of theirs.
Yeah, I think it's one of those groups that is really at home, recording things.
Mm-hmm.
But the promotion of it is just one of those necessary evils.
Yeah. And it's like that for some people.
Yeah.
For sure. for people I would have seen who are gone now. I was always jealous that my mom took my older stepsister on my dad's side. My mom in Israel and Tiara went to see Michael Jackson's Thriller concert
Oh yeah.
when he came to Florida. And they wouldn't let me go because they said I was too small and I'd get trampled. And I'm still disappointed about that one because that concert, they talked about that concert for months after how amazing that concert was. And I was the only one who didn't go. So freaking great for them. But yeah, I guess it was just amazing. I wish I would have been able to see that. Peak Michael was just fantastic. What a show. And so I think that would have been mine. Currently, I would probably go see Pink in concert or Rihanna. But every time they come to Boston, I look and I'm not willing to spend $300 on a ticket.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days. I think when I went to the Up and Smoke tour, I was in the lower level and I think my ticket was like $60. And now like the nosebleed seats are 300 something, if you can get them. I just can't imagine dropping like a month of a mortgage payment on tickets. It just feels crazy to me. Maybe that's old person perspective.
Yeah, you got to pick your priorities. Well, that acid arrow's got a really fast recharge on it. I might have to put something into it. Okay, so how do we get to... Oh, I see.
So if we were going to see the Beatles, so Cirque du Soleil show, we'd have to see it on the 5th. Otherwise, let's see this one. Terrible moment when you've seen so many Cirque du Soleil shows that you have to scroll through the list of pictures to make sure it's like, did I really see this one or did I not see this one?
Hey, Trauma Train Rip. Rich, I'm sorry. How's it going tonight? We are currently wasting time in City of Heroes. Although, is any time in City of Heroes actually a waste? Yes. Yes, it is. Do I want a new contact? I think I do. Clockwork or Vassalok? Hate Vassalok? Going with Clockwork. I'm starting to think I may need to do my readers at the computer. Either that or I need to change my font.
Can you do that in the game?
Yeah, yeah, you can. Am I seeing a red arrow? It's over here. Oh, it's up top. I see it.
I go through the little portal.
Yep.
There's Bree. She always knows where stuff is.
I have never. I don't think I've ever seen a show in Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. The only time I've ever been there has been like work related and villain or rogue for this one. We have neither. Get a villain, rogue, or a loyalist to destroy the lockbox. Christina, what are you doing right now? For like the next 10 minutes.
Nothing. Did you want me to log in as a villain?
Do you have a baddie of any sort or a loyalist?
I have Estilo Perro. You'll log in with her?
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be... I've been on for 3, so it's probably my last mission. Appreciate everybody jumping in tonight. It's nice to see a bunch of new faces. Rich, hopefully you're also a player of City of Heroes. We're currently on Homecoming. I've heard good things about all the servers.
How do I get my evil character from...
You need to go to Pocket D.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can get there on... So you take the ferry away from the first island? Yeah. So you go to the next place, and there is actually a Pocket D thingy there.
There's a Pocket D right here by where I am.
Or that also works, the one that's right where you are. And I'll also then invite you once you're in Pocket D. If you're zoning, I just sent an invite, which means I'll have to re-invite.
You will have to re-invite because I am zoning.
I also said that you're an enemy currently, so I'm going to guess once you're in Pocket D, you're not going to be an enemy. There we go. There you are. And you saw where we went, just up the ramp, so.
Meow.
Thanks for jumping in, woman.
Of course. I'm always there for my man.
I feel like I should change this acid arrow to have like a yellow splash. Then we can actually achieve that whole goal of urine splashing that we discussed earlier tonight. Come on, Flash. I think you're... Are you in the 20s?
Yeah, but I'm lowered down.
Right, normally. Yeah.
Yeah.
The recycle time on my glue arrow is very low. Or very high, I should say. Hello, everyone. Glue. Very interesting. I'm actually getting some enjoyment out of this.
Out of which part?
This whole no healing defender thing. There's so many little debuffs and things that happen. You okay?
Yes. Sorry. Oh, I coughed and turned away, and now I have no idea where you guys went.
Up the elevator.
Where's the elevator?
At the
Oh,
end.
never mind.
Yeah. I think if I put one slow into glue arrow, it's gonna have them at the cap for slowness. Although I think I would actually consider doing like the medicine pool, just to have some small heals. You're all scourgy. You're a corruptor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stuff's falling down fast. Didn't even see this guy. Yeah, they really don't know what to make of this whole glue thing. Seems to confuse them.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like they stop, they turn around again. I think that has to be you.
What has to be?
After we blow these things up, that is. I think you have to be the one to do whatever happens here. There it is. Nicely done. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hide the message. All right. I think that's it for me tonight. Bree, thanks for hopping on and carting me around. Christina, thanks for coming in and finishing that mission off.
Sure, sure. Always a pleasure.
I'm heading back to the police station in Atlas Park.
I cannot do that with this character.
You cannot. You can hang out in Pocket D, though. I don't know what benefit you get if you're logged out, though. Does it give you day jobs currently when you're hanging out there?
It does if I go to specific locations.
Gotcha.
Remember when we looked into that? It was like the vault and...
No. In Pocket D.
Oh, I don't think there are day jobs.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I know that Bree had said that there's the... if you stay online basically for an hour, you get that
Oh, yeah.
Pocket D teleporter.
Mm-hmm.
So... All right.
See, where do I get out? I see Talos.
What am I?
See Founders Falls.
Did I put in the poison? It's on a what timer? It's on a... You know, it doesn't get that much better with the sleep, so I'm just going to put recharges into that. Did you find it?
Nope. No idea where to go to get back to Mercy.
So it, you know, the way that we go out normally to get here, I think it's on the other side, like below what's her face. On that side, there are doors going the other direction.
Hmm.
Hold on, I'll come back. We'll figure it out.
No, it's okay. We don't have to come back.
I'm like right next to the van, so not a big deal. My social reminders have popped up, but they're tiny. I don't think that you can actually tell that they're social reminders. And I looked into it. I'm like, I can't seem like I can make them any bigger, which is really weird. All right, I think we're on the wrong side here, babe. I think we have to go this way.
There's a different side.
Yes, there is. I think this is the blue side, and I think if we go over to the other side, that's the red side. So I think this is, I think if we go over here,
Wait, where's here?
I want to cross the, yes. So, oh, you see, do you notice? Okay, here. You notice how that side is blue?
Mm-hmm.
And you notice how this wall over here is red?
Yeah.
It's the same blue side, red side.
Oh.
So basically through here, and then there's a door like right here.
Gotcha.
That should go to the red side. And then you just have to look at the representatives in the hallway to figure out which one of those goes to which zone.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Actually, I'm getting...
I love how the good side is all ladies and the bad side is all dudes.
Hanging up a combat recovery bonus for a short time. Oh, interesting. So there is a day job in Pocket D. It's a recovery. It's a day job clubber, special plus recovery out of combat. So you get your endurance back faster.
Oh,
which I guess makes sense.
I would do that day job. You just hang out in there?
Yeah, you just park it in Pocket D.
Oh, I'll do that.
I don't really seem like I have that much of an issue with endurance. So I guess it's one nice thing. There are no toggles that I'm running at all on this character, so I'm not really hurting for endurance. I actually changed a couple things around on my streaming. I also for some reason don't know why I did it, but I had City of Heroes running off of my hard drive and not off my SD drive. Or SSD, I'm sorry, solid state drive. So I copied it over and it seems like it's running better. Although I'm not watching my stream, so I really don't know if it's jittering or not.
It seemed okay today. I mean, that's all I did tonight was watch your stream.
Okay. Everybody that's out there, we had a fairly substantial group tonight. Biggest I think I've seen. Thanks for watching, and we are definitely scheduled for Friday, Saturday, and maybe randomly during the week as well. So keep an eye out. Follow up with the alerts on, and we will talk to you later.